Wow, what a finish today at Talladega. We're going to keep the NASCAR conversation going, joined by Mark Simendinger from the Kentucky Speedway. Take me through your thoughts as you watched the sprint to the Cup finish at Talladega.
Yeah, well, you know, they made the rule change, Brad, that they used to do two green-white checker finishes, two attempts at it. They made the change because at Talladega, you knew there's always some trouble there on those restarts there. So when they do the green-white checker, it's a mad scramble to the finish. They changed it to only one green-white checker finish. I didn't think they'd make a half a lap. They didn't make a half a lap. There's just so much going on. There's so much at stake. And what I was thinking is I thought Logano would do well. You know, that Penske team is amazing.
Yeah.
They
Three
really
straight
are.
wins. You don't see that very often.
3 straight wins, and he's winning at every type of racetrack, too. So, you know, not only that, Penske also, they've got Keselowski going through, too. So they've got both of their teams going through. I thought he would do well. There was so much drama, though, because Dale Jr., if he won, and he's starting on the front line, he loses by this much. If he makes it, then all of a sudden Kyle Busch is the odd man out. So Kyle just got in as the 8th guy, which I kind of like. He's our defending champion. I think Kyle's a great talent. I would like to have seen Kyle and Junior both get in, but that's what makes this chase, this knockout format, that's what makes it so exciting.
Yeah, and Jeff Gordon, his final race at Big Talladega, he advances, and it keeps that storyline going because it is a great story.
It's an unbelievable story. Well, who would have ever thought at the beginning of the season that he would be the only Hendrick driver still going? I mean, you could have bet me, and you'd have taken all my money on that one. I wouldn't have guessed that, but, you know, Jeff has just been very steady, and he's so smart, and he's staying out of trouble, and he's just advancing through. And like you say, that's a great storyline. Could you imagine in his final time, if he comes down to that last race at Homestead, there's only 4 races left. I mean, he's that close.
Now they go to Martinsville next. Who do you see doing well on that track?
Well, that's a Gordon track. I mean, that's the track that he's had the most success at of anyone. I think Kyle Busch does well at Martinsville, too. So I would look to those two guys. Those would probably be my 2 top picks.
So moving forward, who do you think gets the checkered flag in 4 weeks down in Miami?
Well, I predicted,
and maybe why as well.
At the beginning, I predicted Logano, and I predicted Logano before it all started because of the Penske team and the dominance, and I think he has evolved as a driver, and you could see it last year. Don't forget, he was a bad pit stop away from maybe winning last year. He was one of the 4 finalists. They had some pit trouble. You know, you take that out, and the way that he was going, I think he's obviously going to be tough. It's very interesting. You've got the 2 Penske teams. You have 2 Gibbs teams. I think Carl Edwards is going to be very tough. So if you're making your picks online, put Carl Edwards in there. The other guy, you've still got Harvick, Kurt Busch in this Stewart-Haas team. So you got these 3 dominant teams. You've only got 1 guy from Hendrick, and then Martin Truex rounds it out. So my pick overall is going to be Logano. I would put Carl Edwards in there. I'd put Harvick in there, and then, you know, take your pick of one of the other. Maybe Gordon as a, you know.
And it's really playing out the way that NASCAR wants it to play out. A lot of drama late in the season. Let's talk about the season you had over at Kentucky Speedway. Good stuff all around.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, our race has stood the test of time, you could say, because, you know, we went into that with the new rules package for the Sprint Cup race. It was fantastic, and it's going to end up, the season's going to end up as one of the best races of the year. Was at Kentucky Speedway, if not the single best race of the year. More lead changes, more excitement. Joey Logano went down and drove over a storm drainage grate trying to win the race against Kyle, and so we had all the drama, we had everything, and that was great to see. And then what NASCAR did was they've gone ahead and changed the rules package for 2016 already, made the announcement that what they did at Kentucky is what they're going to do at all the mile-and-a-half tracks going into next year. So that says all you need to know about our race. And we have more momentum going than we've ever had down there, and it's just a lot of fun.
Mark, I always appreciate your time.
Thanks a lot,
for stopping by.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.